My friends are degenerate, but I never change them. Liars, cheats, and hypocrites. Nothing's
Dudes. What is this? Like what episode are we on, Reece?
This is baby. 100th episode coming straight to you live at the studio.
No way. This can't be up. No way we've been at this for 100 episodes.
We've done it for 100 episodes. 100 episodes, 100 years.
Holy
Famously,
shit.
we only release one pod every year.
As you would know, as a loyal listener of the show,
As a loyal listener of the show, welcome to that time of year again. It is time for the Degeneracy Club. Where's he going? Just wondering. We've one of our degeneracies.
We've started. It started, Stephen. Get back to the. What are you doing?
Why are you turning the light off?
You turned that light switch over there. They can't hear you, Stephen. You're not holding your microphone.
You're not holding your mic, Stephen. You're just talking to the void. Aren't we all, though?
I would like to finally introduce our guest for the day.
Yeah, I just had to make
for our 100th episode. And he's already fucked it up.
Can we introduce our guest, Steve?
Hello.
Long time listener, first time guest of the show.
Because I had to make the room a little bit nicer. Ambient lighting, boys.
They can't see the lighting on the podcast. It's an audio-only show.
It's audio only, dude. We're not like at streaming yet. Maybe for 1,000 episodes.
No. We are never streaming, Reece. You know why? Because like as soon as you give the people an inch, they'll take a mile. They start expecting too much, and then it just never ends. No, we are giving you the worst possible product you could ever ask for, and fuck you if you want anything better.
Exactly. We're taking the Walmart strategy.
If
you're
listening
strategy,
to the Degenerate show,
tradition
you're gone
of degeneracy. Yeah.
What's your minimum Patreon cost?
$100. $100 for Patreon.
Yeah.
And you know what you get?
Feet pics.
Sweet Jack. Oh yeah, and Reese's feet pics. And Reese's feet pics to be photoshopped smaller so they look like my feet pics.
All right, so we have a very exciting episode lined up today. We have...
So what I wanted to talk about, something that caught my ear last episode, Reece, is like you're saying, I've had a lot of shit jobs.
Yeah.
And I'm somehow being a male escort was not at the bottom of the list.
I want to clarify something at the very, very beginning of,
you made it sound pretty good.
That, is that everything I've ever said on this podcast is a lie. In all the 100 years that we've been doing it, for legal reasons, for if the ATO is listening, all a lie.
It's all comedy.
This is all comedy. This is all tongue in cheek.
It's just a bit.
You can get away with
tongue in cheek, cock and mouth. You know how it is.
Yeah. It's it's a cock and mouth story.
It's
get
a
over
cock and mouth story. Yeah.
So with that being said, legal disclaimers out of the way, Reece. So hypothetically, escorting wasn't even the worst job you've had.
Hypothetically, if I was to be an escort, no, it wouldn't be the worst job. Like, I mean, I've had some pretty funny ones because I do filming a lot. Filming life coaches was pretty
I fucking love your life coaching stories.
Filming life coach was insightful, but not in the way that they intended it to be.
You sit there and film the life coach.
Yeah,
the life coach does their...
seminar. Doing their grift.
Okay, I was thinking it was more of like a you and the life coach one-on-one session, but the life coach pretends you're not there and just talks to their audience kind of shit.
Sometimes, sometimes
that'd be weird,
that.
Man.
Like,
you'd be behind the camera, like getting your life coached, and be like, "Man, I didn't even ask."
No, I never got involved in the coaching. I was just merely a conscientious observer. But yeah, there was some like interesting moments where like I was recording people discussing like their deep
Mm.
trauma with like a life coach in a very intimate setting, and I'm just there behind the camera, just zooming in on the tears.
So, like, you talking like,
hang on, this
is this
just
the life
feels
coach,
wrong.
like on camera, like breaking down, like, oh, this story is how I.
Yeah. It's all just like
it takes a weird kind of person to be a life coach, I think.
I bet
some great people, but the whole like progression into being a life coach thing, you've got to really take the reins, advertise yourself, and advertise yourself as the kind of wanker that wants people's lives to be better.
I reckon you had like Tony Robbins, right? He was the big life coach, right?
He's
that sort of kicked off the he likes
dog.
top of the pyramid scheme of life coaching.
Yeah, and it is a bit of a pyramid.
Yeah, because then they just teach other life coaches, and then those life coaches teach more life coaches.
More than 50% of the people going to the seminars and stuff were aspiring life coaches.
Aspiring life coaches.
Yeah, they were all just like passing around themselves.
How can I get ripped off by this guy?
And then it's just
rip off other people with
side
the
of the
skills
system,
that he's
like a cancer, just carving out what I can for filming and try and get that money back into the community.
Jeez.
You must have been subconsciously picking up some shit, man. Don't pass it on to me, eh?
Oh, I mean,
I'm coached. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Why are you even here then?
Well,
this is the Degenerate show, Steve. You come to the wrong house. We're all degenerates here.
Let me just say I'm heading in the direction that I would like my life to be heading in, which is hanging out with the boys, drinking some beers, talking some shit.
Stephen literally has a beer in each hand right now.
Yeah, and a mic stand. He's more prepared than us.
I am too sober for this.
We're being shown up on our own pod.
Our promoter Chicken Tree hasn't even paid their invoice yet. I can't even afford my own mic stand.
No.
Someone write an angry letter to Chicken Tree. But not me, I'm too lazy.
See, this is what a life coach would say is your problem, you see. You just need to
I don't need someone to tell me it's my problem. I need someone to tell me this is the universe's problem. Maybe I can manifest a payment from Chicken Treat and then I'll be fine.
Yeah, well, they're going like two different, but there's like the manifestation, like quite wushu sort of style, and then those who are like very personal responsibility. And they
the ones that just yell at you?
Yeah,
just get paid to be bullied by an old man?
Yeah, pretty much.
If they don't have the money for you, what item on the menu will you accept? In payment.
100 chicken boom wraps. You already knew the answer before you asked.
Bring him back.
Bring him back.
Hashtag bring it back, get it trending.
Mm-hmm. So life coaching.
Yeah. It was all right.
But you weren't the life coach. I got really excited when you said life coaching. But
no.
You're just the man.
I was just a filming.
Reece is too. Reece, you're above them, Reece.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to be able to help people's trauma when I have like no experience in it and no psychology degree, unlike some people.
Reece, right now, what can you say to help me with my trauma? Put you on the spot.
I just
fucking get over it, man.
Finish my beers and get some more.
Beers, just numb the pain. You know?
I've been trying that.
Do the drug, numb the pain.
It's not quite working.
Well, try harder, cunt.
Hang out, have a good time. Listen to the boys on their 100th episode podcasts, and I think that's it. I think listening to pods and particularly subscribing to Patreon is a really good way to overcome trauma.
Oh, fuck, Reece, you just made a whole new job to me. And now I've got to set up a Patreon for these guys. How about I just put my...
And if you don't, then the trauma is all your fault that you can't release it.
No, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put my bank details in the description of the post. And you can just send me money. Yeah, you can just send me money.
You want it to be as effortless as possible. No, sorry. Yeah. Just basically... have everyone have to jump through hoops to help you out instead of you making any effort for anyone else.
The key to
you
life
should
is
be a life coach, Stephen.
Effortless as possible for yourself.
You guys got me in the mood talking about grifting in the last episode. I'm just like...
Yeah, what are your grifts, man?
Yeah, what grifts have you been involved in? I got a good one. Oh yeah, yeah. We do have $100,000 Patreon, 100 million users over on our RU tracker.
Oh,
yeah, that's where the big bucks come in.
And we're going.
Shouts out Rue Tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I was back when I just started drug dealing, and I was
legal
still,
reasons, of course. This is all.
Oh, hypothetically.
This is all hypothetical.
Hypothetically, started drug dealing. I was still had this part of my brain which I've long since destroyed. That's like, hey, Aaron, you should get a real job.
So there's many parts of your brain that we've long since destroyed.
Well, back then I was only making like $1,000 a week drug dealing, so it wasn't even a high paying job at that time. It was just something that I did while getting Centrelink.
What $1,000? That's 4 times what Centrelink is. And you're doing the same thing as Centrelink, really, not
doing the Lord's work is what he's doing.
Providing a service to the people. But so I signed up for just every single job on Seek. You got to apply for 20 jobs a week for Centrelink, and I always picked the worst jobs that I knew they would never call me back on. Obviously, that's the oldest grift in the book. But one of them called me back, and it was this charity. They were door knocking for this charity called Canteen, which is a children's cancer charity. And I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds legit. This sounds really good. could like, get paid a bit of money and help out a good cause while I'm at it. And I go there and I had the interview, like get called back, it's all good. And they discussed the pay structure, and it's like a commission-based structure, which I know now that it means that we will pay you nothing and take everything. But I was young and naive.
The better an employee you are, the more you get paid.
And
just don't cry at work.
They were like, oh, so if you sell like, 5 packages a day, you can get like $100. And if you sell 10 packages a day, you can get $200. And our best seller, like Joe Blow here, earns like $100,000 a day from selling 1 million packages. And I was like, whoa, that could be me.
I could be Joe.
I could be Joe.
See, this is like exactly how people get into life coaching. It's exactly the same thing.
And the boss rolls up and he's driving a Mercedes. He's wearing a fancy ass suit and he's like, yeah, look at me, this could be you. But
Tim Robbins, yep, he arrives.
So and so we go out on the beat, going door to door, knocking like, oh hey, have you heard of this? Hey, do you want to donate some money? And people
Was it
will be
during
like,
summer?
oh yeah, it was doing summer.
Oh,
and people were like, oh yeah, no, I love the kids. I'll donate. Like, I'll just like give you some money. But like, no, it didn't work like that. Like, you had to give us our bank details and then sign up to like a $20 a month like payment thing where like they take $20 a month out of your bank account. Like, sketchy.
Yeah.
And
rip-off.
I didn't
Lock
learn
you in
until
like a
after
gym
that this wasn't the actual charity I worked for. This is sort of like a marketing company that the charity hired to work for them on their behalf. And so like they were the ones that set up the payment structure. And like the first 2 or 3 like payments that you pay don't even go to the charity. They just go to this company.
What?
And,
that's their commission.
And it's literally set up like a pyramid scheme because like, so the boss, like he was explaining to me, he's like, oh yeah, like the real way you make money in this business is by building a team.
You're
so,
a
like,
charity, dude. You're not supposed to be making money.
Well, Reece.
Do I have a lot to learn about how the world works?
And they were like, yeah, so to make the real money, you got to start a team. So for example, like if you sell a package, you get $20, and but your team leader gets an extra $10 from every package you sell, and then his team leader gets an extra $5 from every package that everyone under them sells.
Triangular sort of.
No. This is not. No. This is multi-level marketing. It's,
multi-level marketing.
No, this is not a
that
triangle.
Sounds buzzwordy and good. Yeah.
No. This is a multi-level marketing company.
Tiers.
This is
It's
not
like
a pyramid
It's not a triangle.
scheme.
It's a rice patty.
It's everyone gets a cut.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like a
reckon
Chinese rice patty.
Tupperware's pyramid scheme shit.
100%.
Do you
used to-
ever have your mum getting a Tupperware? She bring home
all the
plastic
Tupperware
shit all
crowd
the
are now
time.
doing pure romance and like sex toys and shit, which is now also pyramid scheme.
Because they scared away their
Mail
husbands
order
with their
sex-
Tupperware.
sex
So
toys.
now they need
They
to do
scared
it
away their house with
themselves.
the Tupperware, so now it's just them alone with 500 dildos that they cannot possibly fucking sell.
Tupperware could be sex toy if you're determined enough.
Oh, I mean,
Well, we'll leave that one out in the open. So I only ended up selling 1 package, and it was like on my like at the end of like the second day, I just went 2 days selling nothing and say making $0. Still drug dealing, so it was all right. But it was this elderly couple, and like they were like like in their 80s. Like I did the form to sign them up, and like the birthday was like 1928, and it's like, geez.
These people know what they're doing.
Yeah, and we get to the end of the form, and the lady's like her husband's yelling at her the entire time, like, yeah, don't give them the money, like, we got a pension, we got to save our money. And she's like, oh, no, it's for the kids. And she's like, okay, so it's $20, right? And then I'm like, yeah, $20 a month. And then the husband goes, $20 a month.
How do you sleep with yourself at night, Aaron?
Oh, no, dude, no.
You robbed this old age pensioner couple.
No, I didn't, bro. I canceled the payment because like she was like, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, yep, okay, canceled. Like, I mean, if you don't want to do it, I'm not going to force you to do it. And
See, this is why you're not going to get ahead in this business.
no, I got reprimanded.
Yeah, normally there's like things in place to stop people from being able to cancel once they've signed up. It's
Yeah,
like, well, you should have read the small
dementia
text.
in the people who have like you've gotten to sign up, like this couple from
So, after
1928.
Put your
day
glasses
4
on, old bitch, and read the small text.
After day 4 of selling 0 packages, I was giving this I tried real hard in this job because I was still sold the fantasy of like doing good things, and the boss tells me, he's like, oh, Aaron, like you're just not selling the packages, man. And I'm like, well, like you gave me the scripts, and I'm reading the scripts, and I'm doing all the things, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, boss.
You're not heartless enough.
Yeah, and he's like, maybe this job's not for you. So I went home, and then counted my blessings that those were terrible people as well. Like, so I remember we were driving out to like a we like had to drive to the suburbs we were going. We drove up to Butler, which anybody knows is like an hour away from the city.
Jeez.
And I was driving, of course, my petrol money. Not that I'm getting any money from this.
What?
That's a bit
That's
funny.
bullshit.
And like they were telling me in the car how to scam Uber drivers, where you'd be like oh yeah bro, you just like order the food, and then when it gets the food, just tell them it was the wrong food and you get it for free. I do it every time, man. And it's like
that's not even the scam. That's just being like an idiot.
On
That's just
Uber
being a
where-
dickhead.
on Uber
Like-
where it, like,
this
you
is
have to
my
select the right
boss that
thing
was
to
dressing
order.
up like the big boss with the big
With Mr.
Mercedes, telling me about how to scam
Holy
$10
shit,
from minimum
man.
wage employees.
Wow, what a lovely example of a human being.
So
and
I
they
don't
say that
work there
we're the
anymore.
degenerates.
This is a rough generalization, right? But I think the more money you have, the worse of a person you are. Thoughts?
I mean,
Well, I mean, I
this
think
doesn't
the thing
always
is-
apply because you could have no money
Yeah.
and be a terrible person.
well,
as
I've never met like a good billionaire. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I don't think you've ever met a billionaire, though, have you?
No, but I see them on TV, right?
And I just, they just need
And
beheading.
the TV says they're
definitely.
bad, and so I agree that they are bad.
I think the thing to realize with money is that it is your ability to acquire money is greatly inhibited by your own morals, by what you're prepared to do.
Big time.
If you're prepared
Yeah,
to
true.
do anything in order to make money, then you have just so many more options than
Yeah.
someone who is a moral person.
I could have just kept selling drugs, and I'd still be making $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
If you
or you
look-
could be doing
Probably
something
more by
immoral.
now.
If you look at it on a grander scale, right, the morality gets real interesting because when you say that kind of stuff, people think, robbing houses and holding people
No,
up
that's
and
small
taking
scale.
their
You need to
purses.
think big scale. You need to
Yeah,
think of
I'm
like displacing
thinking-
whole tribes in the
Ooh,
Amazon
yeah,
to slash
yeah.
and burn the forest.
Thousands of people, robbing
Yeah.
thousands of people at once, maybe
Exactly.
millions of people at once kind of thing. That's like CEO tier shit.
Yeah, that's how the real money is made. You just rob whole populations at
Just
once.
rob the entire world of the atmosphere, you know?
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah,
Well, if we don't, our competitors will.
Yeah,
we don't
and
have a choice.
should jobs just be like that? I mean, at least we're, I guess, aware of it and can see it, and now with the ability of hindsight, can make our own decisions on like what's a good cause.
What is your shit job experience, Steve?
Man, I've had a few, hey.
Yeah.
I was having to think about the jobs that I've worked beforehand coming here. And I think I just want to quick shout out to my mates that have like spent 10 plus years at the same job because I don't think I could
Shout
ever
out,
do,
friend of
ever
the show.
do that. Like some people are much more determined than I. I think I've worked probably 10 jobs over the past 10 years.
What was
maybe.
EB Games like?
EB Games was
I hear that's like
interesting, man.
a stereotype. That's one of the worst places to work.
I think.
Oh god, we might get sued. Come on, man.
I'm not scared. Sue me, EB Games.
I think I was like 16 when I started working at EB Games, and I remember like having easily one of the best bosses that I've ever had. And he would make coming into every shift fun and all that kind of stuff. And then because he was such a good boss, so good at his job, he got a promotion after about a year and a half. And then we got the regional manager of WA in as the manager. And working went from amazing to shit. Like every shift, this guy would be like, "Oh, so what game have you got pre-ordered?" And I'm like, "Mate, that's what we ask the customers." And
Oh,
You
he's
are the
selling to his.
customer.
yeah, basically, like I think I worked at EB Games for almost, 2.5 years, something like that. After, had no money to show because I spent all of my money on video games or
Just peer
From
pressure
EB
into it.
Games.
6 packs of iced donuts from the
Hell yeah,
fucking Woolies near us because I was just eating those every shift. Good stuff, mate. I think
Vertical integration, right? Make your employees your customers.
EB Games was weird, right? Because the customers were either mums buying games for their kids.
Fuck yeah.
And
That's great.
Like, you'd be like, "I don't think your kid should be playing Grand Theft Auto," and the mum,
Big
the mum's
Chungus on
like, "I don't
PlayStation
care."
4.
Or there was just like people that wanted to come in and talk with you for hours about video games, which I'm pretty good at, like pretending
Yeah.
to be friendly,
Oh.
but sometimes it gets a bit much.
Right. Because that sounds good when you're talking to me about that. Like, oh yeah, talk to people about video games for hours. That sounds great.
Yeah,
I guess it sounds good on paper.
it wears out pretty quick.
yeah. I
Were
can
there
imagine.
like the cringy neckbeardy ties? You get any of those like GameStop rants that you
Oh,
see
yeah,
in like
big time.
America and so on?
Big
Oh
time.
yeah.
Like people would come in and rant about their favorite video games. Oh, like there was never like, "I want to return this," and then throwing shit around.
Yeah.
But people would get really heated about the games they liked. And I was just like, cool, dude. That's really awesome. The best customers by far were like a set of kids who would come in. I'd let them play Yu-Gi-Oh on the floor.
Hell yeah. How old were they?
I think they were, I don't know, high school kids.
Nice.
Year 9, year 10, something
that's
like
cool.
that.
I don't think EB even sells Yu-Gi-Oh.
No. Oh, no, they got cards like in a little section behind the counter or some shit, I think. Not Yu-Gi-Oh though, I don't know.
I think that's the only way you can really like sell
Does EB
games
games
these
still
days.
exist? I don't know.
EB games, I think it's one of those things
exists.
where if you know what you're doing, you go to EB Games and price match. Otherwise, you go to EB Games and have a look.
is this
I just buy
insider
the
knowledge
games
right
are
here?
just like $20 cheaper at JB Hi-Fi
Yeah,
consistently.
well, pretty much. Like EB Games, a new game will be $110, $120, which I found out the other day, right? Nintendo 64 games. What's your like earliest memory buying a game? Because mine was Maya.
Ooh,
in
Age
the
of
city.
Empires.
Yeah.
The
Buying-
start of a
Age of
wonderful
Empires.
A
time.
Nintendo 64
Nutrigrain
game, I think for
packet,
like
Age of Empires.
$150. Like back in the day when I was like
what?
5 to 10 years old, $150 for a video game.
Fuck. I bought Age of Empires
Inflation-wise.
1 for $10.
Yeah, man.
I got mine free with like a packet of Nutrigrain.
Yeah, dude, you're right.
That
Like
was
$150 for a GameCube game. That's like $300 now.
Video games suck.
Crazy.
That's the moral of the story.
They do. They're terrible.
I mean, if you think about it, though, it still is like the most like hours per dollar of entertainment you're getting out of something. Like if you think of it as like an
I don't know,
hours per
man. I
dollar
got
thing.
hours of entertainment out of my dick, all free.
Not my worst job though. My worst job, I
But wait a second. I said and all free.
Hey, the crowd is back. You didn't teach me how to do these.
Okay, well, there's a sheet of paper with the buttons.
Oh, okay. Oh, angry. Okay. Have we? What new ones have we got since last time?
No, they come in at their appropriate time.
Oh, okay. You're gonna spring them on us.
They're gonna come at the appropriate time.
All right. Cool. But, yeah, Steven, you're saying your worst job. What is the worst? What's the absolute depths that you have
Low
gone to
below.
for a buck?
I'm gonna need to think about this one. I think.
What about the
IronNet.
servo?
It was IronNet.
IronNet, yeah.
Like a call center work, man. I think I really liked the people I worked with. Like you work at IronNet, right? I remember I left the computer store I was working at, which is probably my favorite job. Or one of anyway. And I left the computer store and I was like, I'm moving up in the world, gonna get a full-time job at an internet service provider, that kind of thing.
Phone monkey.
Killed my interview, like did really, really well. And they were like, oh, so we are a really amazing place to work at. We give you birthday cakes on your birthday. And
We're like a family.
we're like a family.
We're like a
we
family,
give massages every second weekend.
Did that ever happen?
Yeah. All you'd have to do is
Alright.
just sit at your chair and you'd get a massage by the massage ladies that would come around to the call center.
No, that's pretty good.
But the thing is, you'd sit at your chair all day.
yeah.
And there was a tiny little break room, but you'd sit at your chair and you'd take calls. And if you can imagine, right, what's
From the angriest
what's
cunts.
something that everyone needs but next to no one understands?
Oh yeah, the
The
internet.
fucking internet,
clitoris.
right? So, I could do with some clitoris, man.
So internet.
you-
Everyone needs it.
People
no
get
one
mad.
understands.
Just people get very, very mad because they don't understand things. And I'm a nice guy. I'd be like on the phone trying to teach these people. Like, it's not that hard. You don't have to pay this much. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And just some of the phone calls, man. The only thing that was redeeming about that job after about a week or two, because the training was okay, was that we'd go and have free drinks every Friday, which I think was IronNet's way of like keeping us at the job. We'd go across the road and they'd just
Bread and circus.
bankroll the pub for like a couple of hours, and you just drink as much as you want.
They probably had a deal going with the pub, right?
Yeah,
So they just like chemically
dangerous.
sedate their workers and
Dangerous.
keep them happy.
Drugging them up.
And how is that my worst job, you might think? How is getting drunk as much as I want the worst job? Bro, that fucking job. I can't, just call center work. It's degrading, debilitating, it's hard. I'd like go to take a break, be like, oh, I just need to go to the bathroom for a bit, and then I'd just go hide for like half an hour, and be like, I just don't want to take another call, dude.
In a way, like
They're coming for me.
podcasting.
They're coming for me.
Yeah. Like podcasting is like the antithesis, like the exact opposite of a call center. Like we're just speaking out there
Into the void.
and some people are listening to us, maybe.
Yeah, idiots.
Fools.
Don't they realize the show is bad? They keep telling me, "Hey, Aaron, your show's really good." It's like, no, it's not.
100 episodes
You guys are
later,
wrong.
we just show him how it's done. Yeah. All right. So I think bringing us on to our next segment, I think I have a little bit of a book club for us.
Homophobic book club with Reece.
It's not homophobic, it's closeted.
Oh,
See,
right.
I've been recently getting into...
That's a very thin line.
I mean, one usually manifests as the other.
Yeah. Okay.
But what I've been getting into lately is really cheap pulp fiction. I've got this
nice.
$4 novella. It's a Westerner from Cleveland Westerns, and it's by Jack Masterton.
From Cleveland Westerns.
Yep. And it's a...
I'm not even going to unpack that. I'm just going to leave that one.
It's just a cheap $4 pulp fiction book called Blow 'Em to Hell.
Fuck yeah.
And the thing about this book is that I don't know the guy Jack Masterton, but
Jack made a
there's some interesting themes in his book. If we could hit the lights, actually, since you turned them off.
I need to
you
get
turn them
beer
off.
anyway,
Come on.
so that's all right.
Yeah. So basically, to set the scene.
I'll go for
book
another
is your classic sort of like cowboy caper.
Oh,
And,
fuck yeah. Gay cowboy book.
Gay cowboy
A
book.
cocksucking cowboy book.
Exactly. Well, heavily implied to be because the writing is just a bit like the way he describes certain things. For instance, this is his description of Randall Culver, who's a cattle rancher.
Randall Culver.
Randall Culver on the first page. And this is a description by the main character, Reece Hunter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
In no relation.
No relation.
Reece Hunter. He hunts you, Reece.
Exactly.
Better hide.
And he is actually hunting in this scene. He's hunting a jackrabbit on Randall Culver's land.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've been hunting on a range. Oh, yeah.
They can't hear you, Stephen. You
Yeah,
got to
they
get to your
can't
mic.
All right, so this little excerpt here. You've been hunting on a range, said Randall Culver. The man was big in all visible parts. His head was big. His face was big. His eyes, ears, nose, and mouth were big. His body was big in height and
Dude,
girth.
I'm hard.
Thick in the arms, wrist, and legs. The barrel chest was truly as big as a barrel.
Some pride
Some amazing
J.K.
writing
Rowling,
here.
eat my dick.
By
My
composition,
head is big. My dick is big. My cum is yellow.
oh no. But by comparison, the son who rode beside old Randall was dangerously close to being handsome.
Ooh.
Yeah, saucy one. So
Backhanded.
Dangerously
It's
close
negging
to
this
being
guy.
yeah,
Wait,
they,
bro,
they have a little
I'm going to use that next time at
That's
the bar.
me.
Hey, girl, you're dangerously close to being hot. She's going to be like, thanks. Why am I so attracted to you right now?
Was that a neg?
All right, so
I don't know, baby, work it out.
basically is what happens is a bit of drama happens. So Reece is like
Wait. You say a bit of drama happens?
bit of drama happens. Yeah, bit of drama happens, and Reece is riding away when he hears a gunshot. He turns around, and Randall, the big guy, was killed, presumably by his son, who was the only other person there. So Reece gets captured and blamed for the killing, and he gets knocked out and wakes up in their home. After the first few moments, he saw that he was standing on a carpet in the middle of a large and richly furnished room. There was even a piano of a kind, which Hunter had never seen before, and a huge portrait with a label to indicate that the well-endowed beast was the
Ooh.
Culver's famous stud bull. Hunter licked his cracked, scabbed lips.
What's it with like terrible authors and
Just like...
terrible writers and just over describing things?
Yeah, it's quite hilarious. Well, then we get the love interest come
Yo,
in.
shouts out erotica.
Friend
This
of the
is
show.
cowboy erotica, yeah.
Yeah, cowboy erotica, isn't that the best, that like the most highest selling kind?
I bet. Up there with pirate erotica.
Bro, I got it. My Amazon Kindle I got like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Signed up, like I download one erotica book, right? And it just
Cowboy?
starts recommend. No, it wasn't even a cowboy.
Was it blow
one.
him more to hell?
But like, it's just so many. It's just so many recommendations on the Amazon.
It's a
store.
huge business,
the
dude.
highest
I mean,
selling
dude,
thing.
I'd write it.
Oh, Stephen,
Yeah,
now
do it. Fuck
that
yeah.
you mentioned that in front of my phone, I'm going to be getting those
Oh,
recommendations.
yeah, that's how it works. Gay cowboy erotica
Well,
coming
let's
straight to your
balance it up with
notifications
some of
bar.
the female love interest, who's the sister of.
Nah, bitches, get out of here. I want to hear about the blokes.
Well, it's basically they're in the house and.
Dude's only in this ranch.
Yeah.
Dude's only in this ranch. Well, there's this one chick and the sister of the dickhead Tom Culver. Right there in his own house, Tom Culver went for his gun. He had the weapon half out of the holster when a sweet voice stopped him. "Tom," Melody Culver said, "whatever are you doing?" "Mel," Tom said tightly, "this is no place for women."
No, it ain't.
Boys only, dudes rock. Hunter would not have recognized the girl if this is.
I don't think Hunter would recognize any girl.
This is
He'd be like,
Jack
"Where's your
Masterton
penis?"
flirting, by the way. This is what he thinks gets a woman hot. Hunter would not have recognized the girl if he had seen her anywhere else. The gawky maiden who had returned from a Boston finishing school had grown into a beautiful woman. Even now, as she faced him with reddened eyes and an aura of contempt.
Oh, she's
because
stoned.
her dad just died.
Oh,
She was beautiful.
Well, she's crying
dad
that
just
dad
died.
died, and that's beautiful.
The
So I got
sister just comes
stoned.
down.
And then I got kicked out of the Olympics.
Yeah, so the daughter comes down, dad dead, and he's just looking at her and says, with an aura of contempt, she was beautiful. Not good looking, not pretty, just plain beautiful.
Dangerously close to being beautiful.
So what he does is he uses her as a bullet shield to escape.
That's like so sexy.
And then
I
girls.
can't think of a better use for a woman.
So he grabs her, uses a bullet shield, escape, and then runs to his dad, who is a raging alcoholic. And he goes to his dad and gives him this speech that he's going to be back. He's going to flee the law for a little bit because everyone thinks he killed this old dude who was big. And
He's big, is he?
he's a
biggest
big
boy in town.
Yeah, and now he's the deadest boy. He's blown to hell.
All the other cowboys are like, "You killed our biggest cock in town. Who are we supposed to fuck now?"
The biggest stag this side of the Mississippi. So he gives this speech to his dad, this speech saying, "Don't worry, Pa, I'm gonna come back." And another thing about this is that they write the accent into the text, which makes it really hard to read.
Really?
Yeah, it's so annoying. So I'm just gonna read this phonetically, and you'll get an idea of how it's written. "Pa, there was an old fella that gave me plenty of good advice when I was working in Canaan," Reece said quietly. "He said that when somebody trying to lord it over you, all you have to do is remember we all put our pants on in the same way, one leg at a time.
Inspirational.
must have
And
been
when
weird for
nature
you.
calls, all we have to do drop our drawers down to our ankles. I'll be back, Pa. That's a promise." This is his final words to his dad because his dad gets shot on the next page.
Oh, spoilers! Fuck!
It must have been weird for you reading this, sharing the name with the top cowboy from the book, bro.
Oh, I mean, not really.
Probably isn't that weird
managed
for
to-
Reed as for Reece of all people.
Yeah, I've got nothing in common with a closeted gay cowboy. I don't know what you're talking about. All right,
The viewers can't see Reece's outfit right now, but I'm gonna post a photo on the YouTube video.
You got Spurs on your boots, bro?
My pod partners and I just moseying on in onto the Spotify playlist.
Don't cut yourself on those Spurs.
But so he flees the town. He escapes by a train. And, the description on this train, I highlighted one little segment here. The engine puffed like a giant which had run too far. So, he escapes by train. And then we have a time skip for 4 years. And, he's working on a railroad. He's working with this outfit now. And he has this relationship with his current boss, and I've no idea why they had a 4-year time skip, and I have no idea what the relationship is with his current boss, but it's very back and forth. So,
You just don't get it, Reece.
yeah, I don't get the love between one man and his foreman.
When do I get blown to hell?
Yeah, bro, there hasn't been enough blowing in this book yet.
It's about to get, I think there's a bit of blowing implied with this, because this is how it starts after a 4-year time skip. He just escaped from town. If a man starts young enough and conditions are suitable, 4 years is plenty of time to grow into something more than the man was at the start.
Something
In
like
the
that.
4 years, Reece Hunter had made the final change from being a boy to being a man. His body had developed man-sized muscles,
Hell yeah.
calluses,
Hell
and
yeah,
scars.
dude. Hell yeah.
His mind had toughened to a man's too. As much as anything, he had grown into a wandering man.
What? Wait, hold on. Wandering?
He's a
Wandering
Sigma
or
male.
wandering?
Sigma male grind set.
He goes,
He's
he
wandering
says,
or he's wandering?
wandering. I mean, it has an A in it, so
Wandering.
he's not wandering about it. He knows what he is. He's a wandering man.
There's no closet
and
there.
This is so relevant as well. He talks about his jobs for a bit. In a long line of odd jobs, Hunter's most recent was working for the boss of a wagon train. The company was nothing like the usual mixture of men, women, and kids. This was a tough outfit with no women, only men. So he decides that 4 years is enough, and I'm going to go back and avenge my father and kill the people who killed him, that Tom Culverin fellow. So he decides to resign, and during his letter of resignation, he pulls out his gun and just points it at the conductor, and I don't know why, but we get this amazing bit of with the wagon train driver, we get this amazing bit of dialogue that just hints at this amazing relationship that is now over. But finally, for a moment, Hunter holstered his weapon, stroking the worn wooden butt as if it were an old friend.
Oh, yeah.
He was still carrying his father's gun, an old friend indeed.
Oh, yeah.
All I mean to say is, I can still use you more than you think, his boss said.
Babe, you want to carry your father's gun?
I got a weird question. Does it say which gun the gun is?
Yeah, his father's Colt.
Colt 45?
And there I was.
I can't. I've already
Colt
flipped past
45
that.
doesn't have a butt, mate. I got a bone to
You
pick.
don't have a butt, mate.
Hey,
You
man.
flat-chested
Hey, man.
motherfucker.
Hey,
I've had
Steven,
multiple-
I know you're a guest.
I do have a
Steven,
butt.
I know you're a guest, so we're going to go easy on you, but this is a zero fact-checking podcast. I will allow zero fact-checking on my podcast.
After that, then, I've had multiple women say that I have a great butt. Thank you very much. And
Okay,
there'll be no
okay.
fact-checking. There will
Well,
be no fact-checking.
This is an audio-only podcast, so good thing there is.
Those are the women that see Steven's butt.
All I mean to say is, I can still use you more than you think, his boss said. Not now, but later on. The pay will be better too. I'll be hiring your gun. Look,
This is sexual harassment in the
his
workplace.
impatience beginning to show. I ain't quitting because I'm mad at you or because I got hurt feelings. It's just that after Middle Creek, I made my mind up to quit. That's all. The wagon master stared at him. God damn it. You want to be a drifter all your life, or do you want to build a future with me? I don't know about the rest of my life, but drifting feels damn good just now, Hunter told him. Okay,
hot.
hardhead.
I'm getting a little hard listening to this.
No hard feelings. Let's me and you go to town tonight. I don't have money to pay you partway through the job, but I sure can buy my best man a drink.
Aww. He's romantic. It's a romance novel.
This is the first time we met this character, by the way, this
All right.
wagon master. This is a
he's
4-year jump.
He's a Sigma male.
And then what happens is...
They're all Sigma males. They're all gay Sigma males.
What
Yeah, they
makes-
are. They're all cowboys.
What's
They're on
on
the track.
book that is the forewarning to say it's a gay book?
It's not... I don't think
called
it's
Blow 'em
intended...
to Hell.
Yeah, it's called Blow 'em to Hell, dude. It's right on the front cover.
It's a book about cowboys called Blow 'em to Hell.
There's no
Is it
actual
like a
sex right there. I
warning
think it's
label?
by
entirely...
a guy called Jack Masterson.
Yeah. I think it's unintentional. Or maybe it's just intentional. It's just like the
it's
author's
intentional.
joke.
It's intentional.
But
They know what
so
they're doing.
then for some reason, Reece Hunter accuses his boss of he says I'm gonna take some of the horses as well because they're my horses.
Oh, yeah.
And you calling me
Why
a
the
hoss
fuck not
thief
at this point?
Oh, the nothing. They never say horses. They say hoss. Yeah.
Hoss?
You calling me a hoss thief? The wagon master snarled. Nope, said Hunter. You're just a fella that'd be a hoss thief if he had the gumption. Other members of the crew were coming from all directions. All the signs were that a fight was starting, and that would be a real rip snorter.
A real rip snorter.
A real rip snorter. The wagon master lowered his big head and charged. Hunter stood his ground. The wagon master ran right into Hunter's fist, damn near knocking himself out. That was awful damn foolish, Hunter said, and his 6-shooter was in his hand before he stopped speaking. His first shot knocked the weapon out of the wagon master's hand. The second made the gun fly further than the wagon master could reach. I sure hope that's enough foolishness for one day, he said. Let him go, boss, said another man in the crew. He's an out-and-out killer. Oh, he going, said the wagon master. I just wish I could have convinced him to stay. So he goes back to his town to avenge his pa, who has been shot. And on the way back,
I
he
was a
decides to
cowboy.
kidnap the
you,
sister.
Steven?
Wish I was a cowboy.
You know what I think about
gay
that?
cowboy.
No, dude, there's no such thing. You want to be the only
It's
straight
like, damn,
cowboy.
might as well be out on the range with just me and the boys.
Me and my boys, my horse.
And a hoss.
Yeah, a horse.
Sharing a hoss around.
Yeah, Steve will be the
running
only-
the wagon
I've never
train.
ridden a horse, man. I played Red Dead Redemption. I had to press A for like 30 fucking hours.
Nah,
I've never ridden a horse, bro. I want to ride a horse.
You can do that while being straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can I
You don't have to be
Can I be a
gay.
cowboy? Can I ride a horse?
No, you can't
And
be
be
you can't be a
straight.
straight cowboy.
But I can't be a cowboy. All right.
No, there's no such thing. You can be a guy that rides a horse and fucks women, but you can't be a.
Reece is straight. He has his straight moments. Like
That's his beard.
Melody, what's her name? Is his beard? Yeah. Well, yeah. He goes back
She's
and
as you call him, a fag hag.
yeah. Well, and she's got a bit of Stockholm syndrome as
Is
well.
that
'cause-
what that means? Beard, like
A fag hag.
Yeah.
a woman, like
Yeah.
Elton John's wife, kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, you see, you
Ooh.
learn something new every day. I get it because the beard, it's like
Yeah,
it's a-
it hides your chin.
It hides you. Yeah.
Yeah. Goes
Oh,
back.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
talk about that.
So this is just after he rides back and kidnaps the sister. I know my brother has done some terrible things, but please, Reece, don't you be the one to kill him. What difference would it make who does it? Melody looked away. She knew what difference it would make, but she was reluctant to say it out loud. She was beginning to have feelings for Reece Hunter.
She's
Mistake.
barking up the wrong tree.
Melody,
Cowboys
he
are on
said,
the road.
Yeah.
and they both were surprised by the tenderness in his voice. This is something I have to do, you see. It's been too long already. It has to be finished now, tonight. If I can, I'll come back when it's over. Then we can see how we feel. Reece, Melody said, you're the one that has to stay alive. I need you to come back to me. This is the first time he's seen her in 4 years, and last time they saw each other, he used her as a bullet shield, by the way. So she's
I told you, girls are into that.
Traumatized hard. So he rides into town and then like shoots them all up and everything. Tom, what's his name, escapes. Tom Culver escapes, so he has to like work out where he is in the town and goes and finds her. And Melody gives some advice. There's been talk about rustled cattle, but surely Tom wouldn't stoop that low. That gives me something to go on, Hunter said. Now I just hope you aren't as foolish as Jay. I want you to stay here with Albert to keep you company. You sure you won't need me, Reece? Albert asked, frowning so deeply that his eyebrows met in the middle. Partner, you'll be guarding the most
partner.
valuable thing I know of, Hunter said,
Your cock.
his gaze fixed on Melody.
Oh, his gaze fixed on Melody. The
Yeah.
gaze.
I have a feeling that this isn't even a gay cowboy book at all.
No,
This
it's
sounds
not.
like
It's
this sounds like a terribly written.
It's just terribly
heterosexual
written with like a lot
relationship.
of like weird gay subtext.
Hell
And then
yeah,
he
brother.
rides off, and they have a train, like a chase on the train, and the villain falls under the wheels and gets mangled, and then he and the villain's brother go to town together and go to
Hell
the bar,
yeah.
and they're like
They
brothers.
go to town. Oh,
and
they're
that's
like-
it. Yeah, and credits. That was Blow Him to Hell.
Well, you know what? You know
affiliate,
what?
affiliate link Degenerate.
You know what baffles
Jack
me the most,
Masterton.
bro? It says $4 on the front,
Yeah.
as in like it's printed and it's worth $4, but then it only costs $4 as well. I don't think I've ever seen that with a book. Normally, like or a
Oh yeah, no, this
magazine.
is just pure pulp.
Normally
yeah.
it says like it'll be a price, and then the actual price is more expensive or different or cheaper or like whatever. That's a bargain.
There's a whole series of
Yeah, the
these.
amount- oh, shit,
There's
there's, like- there's a
248 of these.
Hell yeah.
Blow 'em to hell, blow 'em
Dude,
to
you gotta
heaven.
like we gotta
Oh
catalog
no, there's
these.
one called Ride On Saddle Tramp. They ride for blood money. Ride on, Saddle Tramp.
Dude, if I saw a guy reading this on the bus, I'd kick his ass.
All right. Now that we've successfully eliminated all of our listeners, what do we talk about?
I think it's time for an intermission, so I gotta piss.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair, man.
Or I'm gonna hit the space.
Because when I do a burn, that it goes forever. Even goes harder in wet weather. Said I'll always be your friend. Yalla, I'ma go sideways round the bend. When the cops come, they come together. With Aussie names like Bob and Trevor. We can go drifting in my capella. We can go drifting in my capella. Yalla, yalla, Zamwe ni barella. Yalla, yalla, What a sip of my sarsaparilla. Yalla, yalla,
Hey, so fellas, So, fellas,
I've been blown to hell.
are any of you dickheads going to ask me what I did today or not?
What did you do today?
I got the Pfizer vaccine.
Woo!
I'm just
Get
basically
vaxxed.
saving the world.
Waxed and vaxxed, baby.
and
Waxed
vaxxed.
and
How do you feel? How's your arm?
Oh, it's fine. I mean, like, it hurts like a tiny bit, but I'm not a fucking bitch. You
Second
know?
dose. Second dose
fuck
knocked
over
me on my ass, bro. I think I
Really?
must have got sick at the same time as the second dose because, like, I don't know. Normally, people say they're out for like 1 or 2 days after the second one. How it
Really?
works? Like the first one, I didn't feel anything. My arm was sore for a couple of hours. That's it. Second one was basically the body is kind of taught how to react to it. So
see.
your immune system kicks in, and I
you
slept
feel like
slept
sick
for
sort of
2 days, was fluey for like 3 or 4 days. But ultimately, I'm not a fucking retard who refuses to get vaccinated. So it's not too bad. Not too bad.
So,
How did you get yours so
I was,
early?
I have a questionable previous medical history, and I'm allowed to play the card sometimes.
Fair.
Yeah.
so, well, the sad thing is that, like, so I signed up for the Pfizer thinking, like, well, this is obviously the best vaccine, right? And but then a few weeks later, the news comes out that the
Moderna.
Pfizer vaccine is actually only like 40% effective
No.
at stopping you from getting COVID.
See, I think that's mixed, right? Supposedly the study that said it was about 40-ish was not a completely reliable study. I'm not sure. It uses like certain separate
Well, like,
things.
I'll tell you, like,
A
so
lot of
I
people
get,
still say 96.
yeah, all right. Well, I know that it reduced your chance of actually dying, which is good. But like, but then,
That's always
in the
nice.
same study that said that Pfizer was 40%, it said Moderna was 75%, and it's
Yeah,
like,
I have heard Moderna's better. At the same time,
I
it's
feel
one
the
of-
sexy people got Moderna.
it's one
yeah, all
of
the
those
hot
things
girls
that-
got Moderna.
I think these
I wanna
like
be a hot
news
girl.
articles and shit out there, and the people complaining about things out there, like I don't want this vaccine, give me that one instead. Just be like an American and get them all.
Yeah, get
Or-
every vaccine, just like
or-
buffet.
Fill me up, dude.
I don't know, man. Pfizer would be the minimum that I would go for, but that was because of personal issues with blood clots and shit before.
Yeah.
I think that I saw like Marky Mark's fucking post the other day about how 16 to 29s can get Pfizer.
Yep.
And there's all these boomers in the comments like, why can't we get it? I refuse to get AstraZeneca because they've read a couple of Facebook headlines that have
Yeah.
said that it gives blood clots.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about specifically the news. Yeah, Reece is learning,
Yeah.
learning how to use the soundboard. I found out. There he is. I found out recently. So like, Facebook has banned this site. It's called the BL.TV. And the thing is about this site, it's like, so Facebook, like, you know, like anything goes, right? When, like, they'll like just put the little warning where it says, oh, by the way, check out here for things. But you can post the dumbest shit. You can post like, oh, vaccines are controlled by
The
Bill
dumber the
Gates
better
and will
for Facebook,
control
really,
you.
because
Yeah.
the dumber the reach, the dumber the people that read it.
So I looked up this news site. So I was like, what's all the fuss about? It must be some crazy conspiracy bullshit. And no, it was actually like, I don't know, like
What's it
it was
called?
fine.
So decent
It's,
website.
yeah, it's
that's been
decent.
banned.
It's decent.
For the
It's
audience
called
at
the
home,
BL.TV.
the BL.
Yeah, the BL.TV.
Not some no opinions on there.
No, it was like, well, it was just regular standard news. It was like, you know, but like, obviously it was like relevant news. I thought it was actually like better than the news you get elsewhere because like, it was like, oh, this, like this black man was shot dead by cops for these reasons. Here are the reasons. And like, you know, like, and,
Yeah.
it had like, the Covax news that it was talking about, like it said, like, oh, the Pfizer vaccine is about 40% effective. But like, you see these other news where it's like, oh, the vaccines are 0% effective and give you cancer. And it's like, that's completely fine. You can say that. And on the other side, you have to say like, oh, the vaccines is 100% successful and like, and you will be immune to everything and you'll be basically Superman and your dick will grow 10 inches. But like,
Wait, really?
yeah, bro, just like Biden said it, you know? Would he lie to you? If anyone knows about big
I could
dicks,
have a
it's the
12-inch
president.
dick.
Yeah. So, but what I find really fascinating is that, like, so, like, you know, like, one crazy opinion is allowed, and another
just got
crazy
that.
opinion.
You just
is
got
allowed.
it, man.
But like anything that's in the middle, you know, like
yeah.
that. Like, what do you think is more reasonable? That either the vaccine is like will give you superpowers, or the vaccine will control your brain and turn you into a zombie, or that it's like about 50%. Like it does some good things. It's not the best. You know, like what's the most?
No vaccine in history has been a 100% chance.
I know,
of
right?
fixing
Yeah, you're dealing with like,
like
the
Occam's
world's
razor we're talking
population.
about,
You got
yeah.
like however many billions of people.
And like,
Of course, it's not going to work like 100% reliably with all of them. But
Something
that's
that baffled me, man.
not really a problem 'cause it
going
still
back to
works
the
most
Mark McGowan post,
yeah.
the top comment was with like 300, 400 after a couple of hours of posting, 300, 400 likes, and it said, I'm a little bit hesitant on the fence about getting the vaccine, but I think it's very, very strange that we're putting this stuff in our children.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But is it though? Because you vaccinate your children for measles, for mumps,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
All tetanus, for all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of those things that I think that we need to do like our parents have done to hopefully turn it into something that's a fragment of the past.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Instead of just
right.
being like a thing that, I don't know, man. It's internet and disinformation. The internet's so wonderful because now people can communicate and learn things. You could learn whatever you want. Fuck university.
And unlearn stuff.
You could learn whatever you want. But then there's people out there that get caught up in these echo chambers and learn terrible things. And terrible doesn't mean they're not true, but they get deeper and deeper into these holes. I've been one of them. And reading conspiracy theories and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I wish we could go back in time 4 years and get Red Pill Steve on the pod.
Oh, that'd be dangerous. That'd be very dangerous.
Just keep drinking, we'll channel him.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's a good idea to be questionable of the things that you know and learn, but to the point where you question everything too much and you refuse to believe anyone besides anonymous people on the internet you don't even know. Yeah,
the most trustworthy of sources.
It's just like you reach a point where you have to believe in something, if not just for your own sanity.
Believe in yourself, man. Like, I believe that I don't want to fucking die or be on a respirator. Yeah. So I'll take the vaccine.
I don't want to lose my ability to taste. I love cooking. I love food.
Yeah, long COVID effects, bro. Not something to joke about. Eh?
Yeah, I don't want to lose my sense of taste. That would be a far more effective ad campaign than someone dying.
Yeah.
People don't care about death. They care about losing their quality of life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like with smokers and so on, they found this with the advertising for, like when they put like the cancer ads on, not an ad for cancer, of course, but like the things on cigarette packaging, saying you'll like develop emphysema and you'll develop all these conditions and so on. That didn't scare people. People collected them and tried to build homunculus out of them.
Fuck yeah.
But like, because like people aren't scared of death and all like things which are so terrifyingly abstract.
It's because they can't imagine it. Yeah,
it's
too abstract to imagine.
But like, if you interviewed someone
not going to happen to me.
Yeah, interview a chef who lost their job and can no longer enjoy food because they got long COVID and now they can't taste anything.
Like footy players,
that would be
right?
far more effective.
Footy's their life. They get injured. They can't play footy anymore.
Yeah,
that happens like to everything. Sport, chefs, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's terrible.
So
man.
with all those anti-vaxxers, like I reckon, like it really is just like a bandwagon to jump on because so many of these people have had like every single other vaccine that's ever existed, but like this is the one that's bad. This is the one they decide.
Oh, it's just because it hasn't been around for that long, really.
Yeah,
so
and also like
skeptical. Thing is though, there's a counter argument to that too, right? The type of vaccine it is, mRNA or whatever, has been researched since 80-something years ago.
Yeah.
And the way the vaccine works is that when a new fucking disease comes around or something like that, they take all the research that they've done in the past, alter it a little bit to account for whatever the new thing is. That's how they can do like annual flu shots and that kind of shit. Like a new flu thing comes around.
Every single year, that's a new vaccine that hasn't been tested technically. Yeah. Well, it has been tested, but it hasn't been like
And then you get mums who are like, what? It's only been like 6-8 months since this pandemic's happened and I refuse to take something that hasn't been tested for years. And a lot of one of the big arguments is that we don't know what the long-term effects of the vaccine are, but we already know what like people who have had COVID and have lost COVID, but are still having effects of it.
Can't be worse than that.
Yeah, no fucking way, man.
And like with this bandwagon jumping on the anti-vax bandwagon, I guarantee, like if you see like things like in India, these people will be like rushing to the office to get their
honestly,
vaccine.
man, from someone who's been stuck in the conspiracy hole, I think what it is,
it's like a hobby for them,
you
right?
can dial it down to it's a lack of fulfillment in self.
Yeah,
it's a lack of like I don't have something to fight for. I don't have something to belong to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to associate myself with something that gives me reason, gives me something to fight for.
I've got a question for the boys. So have you like since the Covax thing started, has there ever been anyone who's come out as a anti-vaxxer that you've been surprised about? You know what I mean? Because it seems like every single person...
surprised. People have come out as anti-vaxxer, but not like surprised. I'm like,
it's like, that makes sense for you.
A mate of mine who I'm quite close to, I won't name, but was he's not at risk of listening to this either, thankfully. But I love him to death. But he was of the mind that it's a spicy cough and we should just let it run rampant and take out as many people as it needs to.
Yeah.
Which chaotic me was like, oh, that sounds all right. But at the same time, I know realistically that's not how it works. You can't be like that because it's ultimately just contrarianism. Like if you see someone or the news saying something, and like I said, it's healthy to question things.
I don't want long COVID.
Yeah,
I don't like that shit.
When you're like, I don't like anything. Nah.
Like what like with the media, how like it's so polarized. Like, so that you can have like one of two opinions, basically. You can have like the opinion that like the vaccine is the best thing ever, or you can have the opinion that the vaccine is trash and the worst thing ever. And this is actually like, I think this is like sort of like a flashpoint that shows a deeper rift within our culture, because this has become like the sort of thing with everything in our culture these days. There's always like one of two opinions that you have to pick, and there is zero middle ground. And
if you express like a questioning
polarization,
that opinion,
yeah,
then the people turn on you. The people that are meant to be on your side turn on you.
You want to know why? Because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Drop the
No, I'll tell you why. So the reason why
hours.
The reason why our society is so polarized right now is because there is a divide within the elite class. Because the discourse is always controlled by the elite class. You can only post it
That
out.
is true, actually.
Yeah, always been controlled by the elite class. And the fact that now there is two polarizing points of view means that the elites are fighting. And I'll tell you which the elites are. They're in two groups. You have the industrialists. These are the elites.
Chinese and the Jews.
There we go. So you got
I've successfully had enough beers.
You got
that point.
You got the industrialists, and these are the people that like they made their money from like industrial companies in the early 20th century. Like this is like the oil companies, the fossil fuel companies, the car companies, like the industrial food.
Fuel.
Yeah, the please keep buying TV
sort of
dinners.
instant gratification of the billionaire club.
Yeah, that sort of
people in
shit.
control and working.
And so these people like literally destroyed cities to build highways. These people have destroyed our world to build oil power plants. Like this is that crowd, like the Koch brothers.
This is
the BHP
to bring
of
to
the
like
world.
Steven's sort of like translation.
Yeah.
This is the Jew side.
Yeah, you can say that.
Hey man,
No, this is the.
I didn't say nothing. I was just naming two of my favorite types of people.
Yeah. No, and the other side you have the technocrats. And these are the people,
Chinese.
Silicon Valley motherfuckers.
Silicon Valley motherfuckers. These are the people that, like, usually younger. This is like the new generation. That they came up with the wave of like the computer technology, the microchip. So you can imagine
They're still helped out by old money.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
big time.
They
Generational
are, but like so. It's an entirely different structure that brought them to power, because
Different pipeline
you can
of
imagine different pipeline of power. You can imagine the industrialists as kind of like a meritocratic system, and like obviously it's not in practice, but like the idea is that the more money you have, the better it is, and if you have the most money, then you're the best. That's it. When it comes to the technocrats, it's about the more degrees you have, the better you have, and the more degrees you have, the best. Like the person with the most degrees is
Why
the
didn't
best.
you get some pussy though?
Yeah, bruh. Let's save the world.
We're well beyond pussy. We're talking about power. The pussy gets in the way of power.
Yeah,
Pussy
true.
is not in the pipeline to power.
True. If you have enough money,
Blow him to hell.
If you have enough,
Take the cattle ranch.
I don't mean like physical pussy. I mean like
The concept.
The concept of
pussy.
Theoretical pussy.
You might have all the money in the
Dude.
So
world.
you're talking about basically like
Dudes are
You
like
can
live
buy
their
pussy.
lives.
You can
like
buy pussy, but you
fulfillment.
don't own that pussy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So you're talking about fulfillment and relations.
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, that's
Like the more money you have, that whole adage, money can't buy happiness. Money can buy you a lot of things, but you
it can't buy you good taste.
yeah, exactly.
It
You
can't buy you a good personality. In fact, often because you have money, you don't need to develop a good personality.
you might not have the chance. If anything, I think hardship not determines, but hardship helps you build a lot of that character.
Trauma.
And trauma is one of the best things that can happen to people sometimes, because it can help them realize things. It can help them.
This is now a Nietzsche podcast.
Always has been.
Some people go through life with everything handed to them, and then turn out the worst people ever, because the worst people ever might sometimes have the most control over everything else, the most influence.
Yeah, but I like what you're saying about how it's about like the theoretical pussy. It's like I'm it's like,
I successfully saved that one, didn't
I can imagine Bill Gates sitting in his computer being like, I'm not getting any pussy right now, but theoretically I could be. Really, like you could get like actual pussy and be broke as fuck.
You know what I think we should actually get?
What?
Some goddamn motherfucking snacks. You promised us some snacks, and I think the audience, I think they did.
When your wife is gone and her pussy's gone too, and your balls in your pants have turned blue. Oh no, don't look at porn. Oh no, don't crank that horn. If you're horny, come on over, suck my D. Yeah, homie, suck my D. Oh, suck my D. If you're horny, come on over, suck my D. But only in a heterosexual way. We're just two straight dudes hanging out, having fun, sucking each other's dicks. It's not gay. Shut the fuck up, Dad, and let me hang out with my friends.
What's a bro job among friends? You know?
Yeah.
As I always say. So I think, speaking of losing your sense of taste and whatnot, didn't you say that there would be snacks?
What?
Snacks. Didn't you say that?
There'd be what? Did you say, Reece?
I cannot take you seriously with it. It sounds like a Nokia phone just ringing in my ear.
Well, I'll tell you what, Reece, you came to the right place because it is time for Degenerate cooking.
Oh my god.
So what I'm going to get you to do is I'm gonna start cooking on the table, and I'm going to get you guys to describe to the listeners what I'm doing.
Oh dear.
All right.
That sounded kind of sensual there. Oh, you got the ingredients underneath the table. Oh shit.
Oh, we've got some Doritos, Cool Ranch.
The Cool Ranch flavor.
Oh, we got the
Tantalizing
Cool
the taste
Ranch.
buds.
Cool Ranch on the plate. That's a lot of Cool Ranch.
That's a lot of Cool Ranch though.
Cool Ranch, pretty good flavor, I will admit.
going everywhere.
Cool Ranch and salt and vinegar.
Are you just mixing them
That's
up?
a weird
Are you
mix.
mixing up these chips? Oh my god, it's a chip salad. Ugh. At least I can
put
tell
the
them
Cool
apart by the
Ranch
shape.
It's not done yet, boys.
Oh my.
We're looking at a mountain of snacks with some twisties on top.
Oh my god. This is degenerate.
Twisty.
This is the most degenerate
Twisty.
I have ever been.
Twist me.
This is oh god. You're making a salad of chips.
Yeah, that's probably the...
I feel disgusted.
When Aaron said, I'll provide the snacks. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Can you tell me what these are, boys?
You got 2 packets of pod Snickers.
I got 2
Pods
bags of
for the
pods.
podcast.
Oh.
I'm going to give you 3 guesses of what this dish is called, and then I'll tell you.
Chip and pod salad.
Oh, it's the pod salad. It's
Pod
the pod
salad.
salad.
You got it.
Pod salad.
It's the pod salad.
That's fucking rancid.
No, I'm just gonna eat around everything but the salt and vinegar chips.
Salt, what do you mean? Oh, you've offended me now. Salt and vinegar is the best flavor,
Yeah,
mate.
that's what
Get
I
out
meant.
of town.
That's the only one I'm going to be eating in.
Oh,
this
yeah, you're right, you're right.
abomination that
You're right, then.
Aaron has created in front of
What
me.
do you reckon about salt and chocolate? The combination.
I don't like chocolate.
Yeah, like, tell me you're a psychopath without telling me you're a
Yeah,
psychopath.
I hate chocolate. It's literally my least favorite
Did you ever
flavor.
try? They brought out like a year or 2 ago the chocolate blocks with cracked up CCs in them, just salty Doritos.
Yeah,
or
dude,
what-
that rocked. That was
Holy
sick.
fuck! And they went to discount straight away because no one wanted to eat them.
Yeah.
So
Feeling
for
so
a
excluded
time,
from
I
this.
was buying like 3, 4 chocolate blocks with Doritos in them every time. CCs, sorry, not Doritos.
Yeah, no, yeah, please get it right.
Yeah, well, don't
Can't
want
just
to mix
make
that
your
one
own. They're
up.
like, surely you can just melt chocolate and then add your own Dorito crumbs in it if you're really fiending for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But like, this
do.
is not food for the motivated, you know?
Oh, I can see. It's
I'm gonna. This is a
this is the
I'm gonna
most
take a photo.
demoralizing thing I
I'm
have
gonna
ever
take a
looked
photo
at.
of this, and the viewers can direct their attention to the YouTube video right now to see what we are eating. I better take a photo of this before it goes. Jeez, Reece, you're going at it.
Yeah, well, I like the salt and vinegar. I'm just trying to eat it before like
Odds on the podcast.
it gets contaminated by the chocolate.
So, Reece, what did you get up to this week?
Honestly, nothing much.
Oh.
Nothing much, to be honest. I do not have much stories to report.
Not much stories to report. I have some stories to report.
Oh,
I tried to buy some drugs. I succeeded. I
Dodgy
saw.
Man, you said you went to.
Yeah, I bought some.
For legal reasons, of course. This is all
Hypothetically.
hypothetical. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought some Lyrica.
In Minecraft.
If anyone knows what it is, it's made by Pfizer. The most.
I like that
Hold on,
Minecraft mod.
hold on. Lyrica.
Lyrica. Made by Pfizer.
Will it help me write?
Yeah, and I know you're trying to joke, right? Because the lyrics, right? Lyrica.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it probably will. Probably
Stimulant
will.
or
Yeah.
what?
No, so like what it is, it's like a drug for people who like have epilepsy to stop you from having epileptic fits. But it's actually really cool. It's actually really nice.
Did you know? Did you know what it was before you bought it?
Nah. I just saw some guy advertise it for $60, and I was like, yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah, dude.
But like it is actually really good because like so I have like I always shake my leg, right? And I have like teeth grinding, and like the drug just like takes that away, stops that. And also at the same time it just makes me like motivated as fuck. It's really cool. I'm actually trying to get like an actual prescription for this so I don't have to go to the gay as fuck like wants to hit on me and sending me dick pics drug dealer that I went to
he's
buy
sending you
this.
dick pics?
Yeah, dude.
Get
it's
him out,
out of
dude.
hand.
Hey, man,
It's
I'll give you a discount if you comment
I
on
want
my
to see
picture.
this cracked
PC
this
for
cracked
PC,
dude's
bro.
dick pics. I want to see some crack dick, boy.
I have a feeling it's not going to be a nice pain. You know what I mean?
So full
I want to see some
disclosure.
track marks on that
Full
shaft.
disclosure, I never actually got the penis. Like I'll tell you what, I'll show you exactly what I got, Reece.
Oh boy.
So he's talking to me like and after we did the deal, he's like, "Oh, it was good hanging out with you. You're a good cunt." And it's like,
Hey, it's nice meeting you.
It's
Good hanging out with you, man. You're a real one. You want to see
Yeah.
my dick?
I like the way we bought drugs, and then as you handed the money, our hands touched, and it was just.
I've
and
never
then he's
felt
like,
anything like that
he's
with
like,
any of
he's
my
like, "Hey, bro.
clients.
So just by the way, are you like gay, straight, bi?" And I reply, I'm straight. And he's like, "Oh, because if you weren't, like, I
Because if you weren't, I'd fucking destroy your asshole.
Even though you're straight, I'm going to tell you everything I do.
Obviously, I don't reply.
Yeah.
And then he sends me back, but like, he's like, "Oh, you got a missus?" And I'm like, "Nah." And he's like, "Oh, well, if you get one, we should like hang out and like, just do some Lyrica together and fuck."
Oh dear.
Yeah, and
I
once
think
again,
I know the guy. This sounds like someone I know.
once again, I don't. Well, you just got out of jail. Is this the same guy?
Oh,
He's also a meth head.
I haven't known him for. I haven't known for like
epileptic fit.
prison style. Jeez.
And so yeah, once again, didn't reply to that. And then he sends me a photo of like his abs, like like pulling his pants away.
Oh, that classic one.
I don't understand why people send unsolicited pictures.
But no, he was like, it's like, "Oh, sorry, wrong person." And then,
It's a common mistake.
then once again, no reply. A few minutes later, but what did you think?
No.
And that's where we're
classic.
at. So I could message this guy and we could get a dick pic out of him for the pod. Like if you really
do it.
want
Let's
to.
do it. Let's message him now. Let's hit
Hey
him
man,
up.
I'm chatting with my mate and he just wants to see your dick
But
real
Reece,
quick.
keep this in mind. I do actually want to buy more drugs from him. So we got a careful tightrope to
I mean,
walk.
if he's a drug dealer, he's probably quite rich. Just swing him my way.
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
I can get some business
He's
out
like
of
a
this.
meth head drug dealer. So he sells drugs and he takes meth. So he's broke as fuck.
I would like to buy some Lyrica and one penis picture, please.
I don't pay for shit, man.
So the Lyrica's
They pay for me.
$35 and then the penis picture's $15 off.
True.
Negative
but like
$15.
I wonder what the least you can say to him is to get him to send a dick pic. Like,
well, he sent to me. He said to me, "Show me a pic," and then I didn't reply. But I mean, I'm sure one of us could show him.
yeah. I'll get my tit out. Come on.
Show me
alright.
a pic. Show me a pic. It'll be a nice
Or
picture
pretend
of you
it's you.
smiling.
We'll pretend it's
Okay,
you.
but the thing is, Reece, I want to buy drugs from this guy. Like, how am I gonna what if he wants to fuck me?
I now know why this podcast is called Degenerate. What have I signed myself?
Yeah,
up
we can
for?
totally cut out the COVID talk we had. That shit sucks.
What are you talking about?
That's just dumb. No, I want to talk about the gay drug dealer.
Let's griff this guy.
Okay, dude. Okay, I'll do this on the condition that you come with me to buy drugs from him next time.
All right, that's fine. That's
Hey
fine.
man,
Shake on it.
That
his
is like
nipple.
he doesn't recognize
That's
my
his
nipples.
nipple.
I'll leave my mesh shirt.
That was
at
your
home.
nipple.
Not gonna lie, I
Alright.
wore a mesh shirt the other day, and it was the most irritating.
What do you mean
thing.
by mesh shirt?
You know,
Okay,
like a
I'm
shirt
gonna
that's made of
send him.
mesh?
I'm gonna
mesh,
send him the
mesh.
photo
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
nipple with the
Oh,
caption.
sexy,
The drugs
bro.
are really good.
Yeah.
Winky face. How about that?
Yeah, that will work. I mean, he's a guy, so anything would work.
Oh, by the way, this is
literally saying nothing to him. Oh, actually, he's pretty fit. Hey.
yeah, he's all yours, buddy. You can have him to yourself.
Even he's methed out, right?
Oh my!
Yeah,
wow!
we
Why is
messed
his
out.
chest so big? Like his upper abdomen is
probably
just massive.
maybe it's a fake pic.
That is
possibly.
also possible. Yeah.
Photoshop liquefied.
He looks so oily.
Yeah.
That's the meth expelling through his pores.
All right. Let's.
I mean, I don't care about offending him because he's a drug addict. He's not even a real person.
Tomorrow anyway, don't worry.
All right, let's get in.
Oh, that's a selfie.
Oh, don't get my third nipple in it. Just the one.
Yeah, all right.
No, hold on. You got to make it look like a selfie, boys.
How's that? No. He doesn't. He's not going to go fuck. He's high on drugs.
Yeah,
he's not going to notice.
This is the thing about you've already gotten so far with him without saying anything.
Yeah. So I'm
sorry, boys.
I'm pushing send.
It's just one.
I'm pushing
pick.
send.
I think just one pick and then just say
now,
nothing. Say nothing.
Nothing. All right.
Nothing. Let's just see how he reacts to that because I think that should be enough.
Sure. Okay. Picture is sent. We'll report back to you on the next podcast.
Holy
the degeneracy is real. Yeah, stay tuned. We got a series arc, and our series arc is Aaron chatting up a drug dealer.
But I'm like secretly gay, and I'm actually in love with him, and I'm just making fun of him on the pod.
This is what happens when you take Lyrica.
Let the fan fiction people deal with that. That's for the fans to fill in.
Oh,
they're the ones writing the fanfic.
If you got premature ejaculation, Lyrica solves that problem. It solves every.
Not that I need to know about that.
Does it stop you coming completely, or what?
No, it doesn't. It just lets you come at a reasonable amount of time, i.e., more than 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good that you found out that information.
Wait, more than?
Yeah, it's possible, Reece.
Hold up. Longer than 30
You're telling me.
That's uncalled for. That's unimaginable. I normally
get some more of those salt and vinegar ones.
No, you got it. Oh, okay, fair enough. You got to add it to the salad, though.
Oh fuck, do I?
No, you don't. You can just eat them.
I'll add it for the pod. I'll add it to the salad.
See, that was easy, wasn't it, guys? We got to tell him not to do something.
Don't read into that.
We are only at episode 100. Where there's many more to go.
There's many more to go.
Hold on, I thought last episode was 100.
Bro, this episode's 100.
This is,
like,
last
have you
one
not
was
been counting?
obviously 99. If the last episode was 100,
Yeah, sorry,
Are you fact checking me again?
Why would I have all these streamers here if this wasn't the 100th episode?
Hey guys, I think it's about time we heard from our sponsor.
Oh yeah, who is our sponsor this time?
If you push down K on the keyboard, I'll tell you, and keep it held down. Today's episode is brought to you by the stock market.
Oh my god.
Have you ever wanted to make risk-free money while doing no work? Well, the stock market is here. Whether you find managing your money hard, struggle to find the difference between an ROI and a DUI, or you're just sick of being poor, the stock market is the answer to all your questions. Contrary to what some nerds will tell you, there's absolutely no risk to the stock market. Why? Because stocks only go up. Just look at a chart from 2009 to now. Only goes up, baby. Earnings reports, quarterly figures. That shit sucks. Just buy whatever you want. Like, it all goes up.
Bitcoin, Dogecoin, shitcoin,
Yeah.
titscoin, fuckcoin.
We know our own podcast coin.
We do.
Degenerate coin.
You may have heard some...
Decoin. I wouldn't mind a decoin.
Some
Make
guy
it blow
on the
it
news
to the moon.
in a suit and tie tell you that the market's about to crash any day now. Well, they've been saying that for a whole decade and it hasn't happened yet. See, the truth is it's never going to happen. I invested my life savings in the stock market. I took out several credit cards and mortgaged my parents' house to invest in the stock market. And basically, I'm a fucking millionaire and you're broke as shit, so...
Suck my dick.
This is financial advice. Your returns may not be 100% guaranteed, but that's because they're 110% guaranteed. I don't know, does anybody have any stock market anecdotes?
Give us your
We're
money.
too poor for that.
Yeah.
That's because you don't invest in the stock market. You want to be rich?
Wait, you know what I think's really awesome? How everyone's really excited.
Oh, Reece, you made a mistake pushing that one. That one's not going to stop until it's over.
Everyone's really excited about trading money that goes up and down in value based on how excited people are about trading that money.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
And the money
That's some essential money.
doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
I can't see it. I'm not scared of it like Corona.
If you invest in the stock market, your troubles are over. Not like Corona.
You put a beat on, I can't help but freestyle, even in this degenerate podcast.
It's just my me time. It's my free time. Spitting beats, this is how we rhyme.
On the 100th episode.
On the stock
Bring us
market.
out, Aaron.
I lost all my dollars on the stock market.
Well, I gained all my dollars on the stock market. And then after, I went and lost all my dollars at the brothel. But I ain't scared. Not worried.
You're creating work for people like me. It's
I'm a
trickle-down
drop creator.
economics.
Reece, I think you need to introduce me to some of your friends because I've never paid for it, but someday I might.
My going rate is $250 an hour.
No, I said to some of your friends, not you, mate. I can have
It's
you
a
for
package
free.
deal, bitch. Bend over.
Bro, that shit about you holding hands with the Indian lad, I was laughing about that for days, man. I love learning about culture. I love learning about people's culture. I did not know that was a thing. I know the Indians do the head wobble
I
thing.
don't know if it's a common thing, to be honest.
That's a lad thing.
It is. Yeah. My friend.
Have you ever held your friend's hand while you're both fucking?
Well, not while we're both fucking, but while we're taking a nice leisurely walk in the pine forest, my friend, unnamed Indian man, was like, "You want to hold my hand, bro?" And I was like, "All right."
I reckon Indian culture's sick, man. Like, in terms of cultures, they're up there. If you have to power rank cultures and history and stuff like that, India's easily up the top. Oh, not number one.
It's called aesthetic.
Number one.
So if you had to rank the races in the world, Stephen,
Oh, here we go.
Red Pill Steve is back. He opens another beer.
All right.
So what's your racist
I think
power
Korean
ranking?
aesthetic is like top dog. I love the Korean aesthetic. Particularly, I've been watching Kingdom on Netflix, which is like
Kingdom, man. I watched.
saying like medieval
see-
Korea, and it just is dope. The hats,
But
are
the zombies,
amazing.
though, right?
Yeah. So I'm watching it for the fashion.
I watched season 1 with my ex and haven't seen season 2 yet because of that. But I tell you what, that's one of the best fucking Netflix things I've
stopped.
seen. Eh?
I can't hear shit. Oh wait,
The music. Oh, your headphones.
I think my
there you
headphones came out.
No, Kingdom's really good, man. They filmed it so fucking well. It looks like periodically like they were doing it back in the day, or wherever it's set. It's set like olden times or whatever. Yeah, Korea's cool. I can't wait to go there, man.
You've been to Japan, haven't you?
I've been to Japan twice. I love Japan a lot.
Did you go to the
Nihonjin
wanking
Ichiban.
booths?
No, I didn't pay. Oh, no, hold on.
It's like, does that count?
I didn't pay for it once while I was over there, but I did see a few little weird things.
Oh,
But it was mainly like girls taking me to weird places and seeing weird things, and that was pretty cool as well.
Japanese do like their weird things, don't they?
There's a lot of weird things in Japan, definitely. But I would highly recommend it to anyone. I think it's the most amazing place in the world. Yeah. Nippon Ichiban.
I saw in the Olympics, they had like the show jumping, and they had like the sumo guys next to the poles, and like this one horse like ran up to the pole. And
Pole
saw the
vaulting.
sumo
Shouts
guy.
out pole vaulting, dude. Rabilas Pinedo, Miss Venezuela. Shouts out.
Miss Venezuela.
Shouts out all those pole vaulters.
I'm sure the pod will reach them.
When it was, when
they'll
you
be
drop in
confronted, but
when you drop in your
comfortable about.
Miss Venezuela, Stephen, on
that's-
SoundCloud.
That's got to be perfected first.
Yeah.
Oof, I'm still working on these hooks, baby.
So how about we do the plug now? It looks like the show's winding down. Is this the end? Yeah. It's
No,
winding
I don't
down.
know, bro.
We had the sponsor. We had the beat.
Yeah, we had two beats playing at the same time.
Yeah, that's avant-garde. Like you don't get this on the Joe Rogan Experience.
You see, that's why people choose to sponsor us. 'Cause they don't just get one beat; they get two played at the same time. There's double the beat, double the value for money.
Yeah.
You know, and then we just keep on laying on the
It's like
sound
almost as
effects.
much value as investing in the stock market. Like not
Exactly.
quite as much, but
Who was your contact for the stock market investment? Was it just you got an email from like stockmarket@gmail.com?
yeah, stockmarket@gmail.inda.
.iinet.
Yeah.
What's the progress on that nipple pic?
Oh shit. Better check.
Let's see how that's going.
Steven, stop having the same phone as me.
This one.
Right.
Whoa, bro.
No response.
Oh no!
Not even seen.
Oh,
Wow. I mean, ghosted.
What sort of meth head is not awake at 1 a.m. on a Tuesday night? Maybe this guy was just pretending to be a meth head to get in my pants.
He just saw you and was like, I know your type. Well, I think that's been the 100th episode. This has been an amazing experience. We've got Stephen on the pod.
Thanks for having me, boys.
I think
I loosened up about
chip
halfway
salad, which that was a thing.
It's the pod salad.
Pod salad.
When he said cooking, I thought we were getting up, going to the oven.
No, well, you were wrong.
Going to the stove. It was just
You have not left your seat the whole time except to turn off and on the lights. Like,
And to get us a beer. Like, get the man some
ambient
credit.
lighting, dude. I tell you.
I said it was degenerate cooking. I didn't say this was good cooking. Well,
Where's
Steven,
the
this is the sound of
where can they
degeneracy.
find you? Where can they find you on SoundCloud?
Oh.
Steven's a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, I've been on SoundCloud recently. You can find me. My artist name is
doubled with
Naniyara.
SoundCloud rapping.
Naniyara. SoundCloud.com/Naniyara.
I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah. Listen to my terrible, cringy raps. I'm getting better. I don't give a fuck if you think they're trash because I'm going to get better and I'm going to keep making them. So suck my
Give a fuck
dick.
if they think they're trash because you are a real star rap.
Yeah, bitch. And I've been hanging out with Aaron Wainwright and he's been teaching me.
Wait, what? Aaron, what?
Oh! Did I dox you with the last name?
Dude, in front of our 100,000 million listeners.
Listen, I have learned many things from Aaron, both good and bad.
What are the bad ones?
I wouldn't take back.
Tell me the bad ones.
All right. There was one time where we were hanging out at remember those Thursdays where we'd go to the fucking
Bentley Tav?
Bentley Tav?
Fuck yeah.
There was one time where you were like, all right, I'm going to take this home with me.
Yeah!
And then you
Take
were like...
away.
You
Just wrap it up in some napkins.
Aaron
Put it in my pocket.
He had like a palm.
Was it steak sandwich?
Steak sanger. He slid a steak sanger into a plastic bag and took it home.
Yeah.
But home was only
doesn't do that,
down
though?
the road. But the plastic bag was the funniest thing. I've learnt that.
I brought the plastic bag to the Tav because I knew.
We had to get it out of there somehow.
You gotta get prepared.
We had a few free
You
glasses.
need to
from that
line
Bentley
your
Tav
pockets
big
with foil.
time. Man, I miss the Bentley Tav, eh? But
It still exists. You can still
I do
go
not miss
there.
Bentley though. No thanks.
So
Yeah,
you
that
can
would require
find
going to Bentley though. So.
you go to yourboyalaska.com. That's not .com. On YouTube search Your Boy Alaska. That's YABOYALASK for you see some videos that me and Reece made together. And Reece, are you still offering discounts to our podcast listeners? What's the discount code?
The discount code is self-flagellation. And
Like that dude from fucking Da Vinci Code, bro.
Yeah, and that gives you one free Da Vinci Code experience, as I like to call it.
You should do fucking dominatrix shit, but like switch up the
dude.
roles, man. Get some like dumb girls that want to get yelled at and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude.
And whipped.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, they're called submissives, dude.
Yeah, but
They're called females, dude.
there's submissive females, and then there's like mentally disturbed females that want to get whipped.
No,
So are you saying we're-
female CEOs because they got money and they kind of
Yeah.
They're
I'm
actual
talking-
relationships, so they want this.
I'm
so
talking. I'm not talking regular females because I'm talking the ones that want to get like put into chains and all that kind of. I mean,
Yeah,
actually,
that's
hold on,
quite-
that is regular females.
Yeah, that is quite regular.
No, but the female CEOs who don't want to admit that that's what they want. That's
Yeah,
what
because
they
I'm
want.
thinking-
they're girl bosses.
I'm
girl
And the
boss.
thing about
Dungeons
they
and Frames.
portray the inner feminist if they have submissive tendencies. So that's why they hire someone who's discreet.
Yep.
So
Yep.
they can
And
be,
you can be
and
discreet.
they can feel like they're in control because they're paying you, but in reality,
Yeah. In reality, they're still in
It-
control because they're paying me. So
no, but you're
but
not
for
offering
that
it all.
hour or for that 5 minutes.
they're paying me to not be in control, which is paradoxical.
That's kind of sexy.
I'm trying to think that that's not too bad, dude.
That's kind of sexy.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Well, before this pod gets too horned up and Blow Him to Hell starts acting out.
Don't look at porn.
No.
Porn's
Don't
bad.
crank
Porn's
your
bad for
horn.
you.
If you're
Erotica?
horny,
seed.
Come on over.
No, hold up. I got
Suck
another.
my D.
I've gone no porn. All right.
Oh, homie,
But-
homie, suck my
dick.
dick. Oh,
Oh,
suck my dick.
I've gone no porn, but I still read erotica. Does that count?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
I don't think it counts.
But I read like
think
vanilla.
It's different.
I read
It's,
The sort of
vanilla.
people who like choose erotica over porn are like the sort of people who just like, oh yeah, I'm more sophisticated because my porn's actually in words.
I don't think that at all. I just don't want to look
I think
at fucking
erotica
fucked up-
is slightly less degenerate than porn.
What about where does like GIFs stand at?
GIFs is less
Dude.
more degenerate than erotica, but less
I
degenerate.
stay
we need
far
to-
away from slash GIF.
no, stay away.
Thank you. I just haven't been on 4chan.
Hey, bro,
in
like mask off.
now.
When I was like a young virgin, I was like, I'll browse /D.
D. I've been.
Yeah.
See, D was
Which
one of
one's
those
D?
things.
That's
D's
alternative hentai. But it's when hentai is not crazy enough.
It's when you're like, oh, I feel like something crazy, and then you go there like, actually.
Even H, like nowadays, most of the.
I don't
threads
check
are
up on
fucking
H,
D.
so
I haven't
tell you.
I haven't
But
been on
H is
4chan in
meant to be
ages.
less-
I grew up.
like more acceptable than D, and
That's
H
the
is
idea.
like fucked. Like everything on 4chan is fucked.
I'm glad we got our 4chan
Fucking
correspondent
Yeah,
here.
this is our 4chan
No,
live
no.
in the field.
Just because the girls I've fallen in love with are from 4chan and I'm from 4chan and I've
Girls
spent
in
my whole
inverted commas that you
whole
fall in
life on
love with.
4chan, I'm done. I'm distancing myself. It's been like 4 months now since
4
I've
months
looked at
clean
it.
of 4chan.
Yeah, I'm done,
you need
bro.
a little tattoo.
Dude, you had a
like how long
4chan
you've
account?
been-
Ooh,
I paid for the 4chan pass.
Okay then.
No, I never did that. Never did that. Don't have enough shekels for that.
All right. Well, I think this has been a good pod, guys. See you next time.